Hi, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to be looking at grid layouts, and previously we looked at how to make elements to be on the same line using floats. And another method that you can use is also the grid layouts and also the Flexbox. But you should not mix the two together as they are different. So the major difference between grid and Flexbox is that grid is just one dimension. If you are working with it as a row, then you maintain it as a row. If you are working with it as a column, you maintain it as a column. But for grid, it is two dimensional. You can set the how you want it to appear both vertically and also horizontally, or in terms of the column and in terms of the row. So without any further ado, let's go straight to code. Now, this is our HTML file. I just want us to, firstly, we are going to be having a class of grid container, which will be the container or the parent of our grid item. So in here, we are going to be having our grid item. So let's just have some lorem, maybe let's do lorem 6, and we duplicate it. If you save it now, you see that we have 4 grid items here, and because we are dividing it inside div, which is a block element, then each of the elements occupy their own line. Now let's go. Don't forget that in our HTML we have been able to link our CSS file. Now let's go to this CSS file here now, and the first thing is I want us to style so that we see our grid item. Let's give it a background color of maybe red. If you save it, okay. Now let's give it a border. Let's give it border 1 pixel, solid. Let's give it black. Save it now. Of course, we want to be able to see the space. Let's just give it margin top of maybe 2 pixels, just a little bit of spacing in between the elements so that we know that we have 4 elements. Now, back to the grid layouts now. Let's now style our grid container. If you are defining an element as a grid, to display as a grid, the first thing is you need to set the display to grid. You need to set the display to grid. Of course, it will not do anything because we are here to define how it should appear vertically and how it should appear horizontally. So you need to now say grid. You need to now say grid template columns for the how many columns do you want the grid to have. So let's say I want to have 3 columns of the same proportion. Then I just say 1 FR. This FR means fractional units. 1 FR and also 1 FR. So if I save it now, you can see now that I have 3 columns all divided into the same size. Now this means that I divide into 3 columns now. Each now take 1 fractional unit of those 3 columns. Let's say I want this middle one to occupy more space. So I can give it 2 fractional units. So that means that it will divide into 1 plus 2 plus 1. That's 4. So out of the 4, this will take 1 fractional unit of the 4. This will take 2 fractional units of the 4. And this will take 1 fractional unit of the 4. And that is that about column. Just like we have column, we also have the rows. The grid templates rows. The grid template rows, the same thing applies to. You can say maybe 1 fractional unit, 2 fractional units. So meaning that the first row the row we divide into 3 units. So of the 3 units, the first row will take 1 and the second row will take 2. So you can see that the second row is occupying more space. So you can, of course, you can make it 3. So meaning that you are dividing into 4 units, and of the 4, the second one is taking 3. So another way you can define it is if I duplicate this now and I just comment this out. Another way you can define, you can also set it as pixel. Like, okay, I want to have 100 pixel, 200 pixel. So the addition of everything will be 300 pixel. So the first column is going to be 100 pixel and the second is going to be 200 pixel. Of course, you can give it some space. some space of maybe 10 pixels so that they will not be too close. Like in between my gap, in between my grid, I want to have some space, and that I do with gap. Now another way apart from this, now let's learn. You can also say, okay, short form is you can say repeat. How many times should you repeat it? I want to repeat 100 pixel 3 times. So meaning that for the first 3 columns, it is going to be 100 pixels. So of course you can also say you are repeating 2 fractional units. So anytime you want them to take the same length, so you can also do that. And also you can define where you want the grid item to start from. You can define where you want the grid item to start from. Let me just comment this and uncomment this. You can define where you want the grid item to start from by just saying, okay, you can define the grid column. So if I say 1/3, it means that start from, don't forget that the column has been divided into 1, 3, 4. It means that start from column 1 and end in column 3. So, but to practicalize this, let me come and define another grid item. Let me define another grid item here, and I'll call this grid item 1 so that we see it in action. So I just duplicate this, and I change it to grid item 1. I make the background to be blue. Now if I save now, okay, let me remove this. Now you can see now that our column, we have 3 columns. The first one fractional unit, 2 fractional unit, and 1. This, you can see that the middle one is wider. Now this grid item that is blue, I'm saying that start from column 1 and end at column 3, and that's what it's doing here. So you can see that it's scale through from column 1 to column 3, which is addition of 1 plus 3 plus 2, which is 3. Now you can also do the same thing for grid row 2. You can also say grid row, okay, I want the row to start from 2, and I want it to start, I want the row to start from 2 here, and I want it to end at maybe 4. In that case, so of course there's no difference, because of course it's starting at 2 already and it's ending at 4 already. So since there's no provision for 4, so it scales to the last one. So another way you can define it is, you can say, just like this is like a shorthand, start end. So you can also define it as, say, okay, maybe you are not sure where you want it to end. You can just say grid column starts. Okay, I want it to start from maybe column 3. You can see start from column 3. This is 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the last, so we start from column 2. The space is the gap that we apply. So you can also have grid column end. That means where you want it to end. It will just take the starting point of the element, and okay, you want it to end at column 3 or column maybe 2. Let me just uncomment it. So I start from the first one and it ends in the second one. So this is 1, this is 2, it's ending. So if I want to get to that, so I can just say 3 so that you can see. So that is that about. So grid column, just like you have grid column end and start, you can also have grid row starts and end. So it also work that way too. That is that about grid layout. So that is that about grid layouts.